All right, so we've linked our layers, we've saved, it's time to add our signature. I went and dragged my signature from here over to here, and it'll depend on yours. Mine's a little big, so I'm going to hold down the shift key and I'm going to drag it from the corners to resize it until I have it the way I want it. I thought I made everything transparent, but it looks like I didn't quite make everything transparent, so I'm going to click apply my changes, and then I'm going to zoom in, and I can just delete that little white chunk there. So I'm going to zoom in, and then I'm going to use this, I use the magic wand tool, click on that little white spot, and hit delete, and so there we go. I've got my signature on there, deselect. Okay, so now we're on the very last chunk of directions, the merge and flatten layer. So if you look at your, oh, tater tots, what? Let's see, if you look at your directions here, it says go to layer and flatten image. So at the top here, there's layer, and I'm going to scroll all the way down until I see flatten image. I'm going to choose flatten image. I'm just going to take all of those layers and make it one thing. Now it's done. You can't easily undo that. I mean, you could step back and undo it, but once you flatten it, it's kind of a done deal. Okay, so now the directions say, from now on, when we finish a document that is to be saved, always flatten the image. This will decrease the file size. So now we're going to go to File, Save As, and save as a JPEG. So I'm going to step back for just a second. You're going to turn in two versions of this file, the PSD file and the JPEG. So the PSD, I'm actually going to be looking at your layers to see that you've named things correctly and you put them in the right order, that you have them all there. So before you flatten, I probably should have said this already. So if you go to edit, step backward, if you flatten already, go to edit, step backward. Now go to file and save so that your .psd file is saved as is. Now we're going to do this again. Go to layer and flatten your image. And once it's done saving, you're going to save it as a .jpeg. So you're going to go to File and Save As now. Oh, and it won't let me because it's doing that. So I'll let that save. But I'm going to go to File and Save As. And it's going to be the same name. And I'm going to save it to my J drive. So I'm going to go to this PC and then scroll until I see the one that's got my ID number and the little J, and I'm going to select that. And then it's going to be the same name, but you're going to change it from Photoshop to JPEG and save. Now, in Google Classroom, where it says Photoshop Lessons, and you already have your melon head, you're going to click View Assignment, and you're going to attach both files. So remember, you're going to attach both your last name layers.psd file and your last name layers.jpg file. Those are both the files you're going to attach. And once you've done that, you're done. You can turn it in.